Hello and welcome to another edition of the Unconventional Grower, somewhere not on plot 14 in the big wide world. Today's video is about giving you an update on the seeds that we sowed about a month or so ago. Let's get to it. So as you can recall, some of these trays were put into the outhouse after we'd finished the sowing, and as you can see, they're starting to come through. Some of these sowings over the course of the last week or so, I've moved them into the greenhouse just as they start to peek their head through. That's when, at the time I've just about like that, is when I've moved them into the greenhouse. And the reason for that is to stop them from getting drawn, a little bit like what you see here. This is the cabbage. I think it's the Calabos variety of cabbage that's just standing tall a little bit. But as you can see, the onions have shot up quite nicely. Just that added warmth to shelter away from the cold in the greenhouse. It's an unheated greenhouse, so we've not got the luxury of a heater inside. As you can see, everything's coming on quite nicely. Now these ones here have not been in the outhouse, but the weather of the last day or so has been quite mild, so I think it's got quite warm in the greenhouse, so that's doing a good job in itself. So as you can see, some need probably a bit of encouragement, whereas these have been in the greenhouse. And this is what I'm talking about, being drawn. They've been a bit leggy. Now these I'm not too concerned with these, because these are tomatoes. So long as they don't fall flat onto the compost, I'm not concerned with them, because you can actually plant them a bit deeper, so they will self-correct. Whereas one or two of these, we might end up losing some of the more leggier ones. And just panning around again, we've got two cherry trees that are just temporary in the ground, just to get their feet covered. Buds are now starting to come on, so we know that those trees are all good. Right, we'll go into the outhouse and see what surprises await. Right, let's see. That's quite some progress. We're in the other night, actually, just giving these a water, and yeah, the peas were only just starting to show. So the last couple of days, they've really come on. A bit of fungus in one or two places, not overly concerned with that, but they're starting to show through. And these will get concertinaed up a little bit as we take the peas out of the guttering. It'll get concertinaed up when we put it into the ground, but that's going to be a fair few weeks away yet. We want these to be a couple of inches taller than what they are. Broad beans coming along quite nicely, so they're going to get moved out, as are these onions. The other ones haven't really done much, so that tray there, that red, will stay around. And then we've just have a look at what these are doing here. You can just see they're starting to poke their heads through. So, and again, this is what I'm talking about being leggy, so the chard's gone quite leggy in that corner. So overall, quite a nice piece of progress. This is a lemon from about 4 years ago now. We'll bring it in here to overwinter it. It's not overly bad. It's a bit dry. And then just panning around here, we've got some chilies that we're trying to overwinter and see if they'll come again. That one's not too bad. We might be able to get away with that. Oh yeah, some more broad beans just hiding away there. And again, some more lemons that we were overwintering. Now these have not lost their leaves, which is good. So yeah, that's some good progress all round. So I've just given the trays that I'm now going to be taking indoors a good water, and just letting that soak in a little bit before I transplant those. I'll move them on into the into the outhouse. I'm not going to move this one. This one will move in, as will that one there, and a couple from over here. As I can see, these are starting to shoot. I'm not going to bother with these two trays. These are the beetroot, and one in the corner there will move in. So we'll start doing the switcheroo. Also, as watering the plants indoors, I've taken the opportunity just to cut the chili back that we're trying to overwinter. Now, I don't think there's much life left on this, if I'm really honest. However, I just come up here, you will see a chili there. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to harvest the chili. Let's dry it out. And just try and get into here. A bit difficult one-handed when you're trying to hold the camera. Use the mouth. And just to get the seeds out, and what I'll do, there's a couple coming out, so I'll just do it now. Just going to pop them in there. Got a little label already prepared of the Jamaican yellow. I don't know whether that's a hybrid or not, or whether it'll actually go back into that variety or not. But you know what? We'll give it a go. We'll give it a go. Right, I'll should extract a few more seeds out of there, and then we'll give it a water and add it to the rest of the collection. So we're just taking the opportunity to sow a few more broad beans, a different variety. These came a bit later from the order I'd put through. And then what I'm also going to do is take some of the seeds that we'd saved from last time, and some seeds that we always refer to as the farmer's seeds, as they were harvested from a farmer's field about 3 years ago. So we're just going to give these a sowing, and then what I might do is just get a few of the watermelons just in a small tray, not a lot, just a few, just to see how they fare. So I'll just get them with that little mini sowing. So the additional couple of trays there of broad beans is now in. The sowings have now been moved around out of the outhouse, in the outhouse, shaking it all about. We have added a onion that had sprouted quite rapidly in the kitchen, so we're just going to see what happens with that. It's quite a squishy onion. We're not going to eat it, so we'll just see what happens. And we've just moved a few of the lemons outside to create a bit more space, so that everything now has had a chance to go into the outhouse, apart from the 3 trays that we've got going today. So that's it. That's today's video. Thanks for watching, and join us again soon.